let's understand roots of a quadratic equation. Now a value is said to be a root of the quadratic equation if it satisfies that equation. What does this term satisfy mean? Let's take an example. X squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. We want to check if x is equal to 3 is a root of this above equation. So we try to substitute x is equal to 3 in the left hand side of this equation. Only in the left hand side, we do not equate it to 0 already. So wherever x is, we put 3 in place of that. So it becomes 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 6. This is how it looks. Now 3 squared is 9, 5 times 3 is 15. So 9 minus 15 plus 6. When you solve this, it becomes equal to 0. So if after substituting a value of x in the left hand side of the equation, you get 0, then that means that value of x is a root of that quadratic equation. So x is equal to 3 is a root of this above equation. Now we want to check some other values for x if they are root of the equations or not. So let's check x is equal to 2. The equation was x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. If we want to check x is equal to 2 if it is a root of this equation or not, we put 2 in place of x everywhere. So it becomes 2 squared minus 5 times 2 plus 6. So this is how it looks. 2 squared is 4, 5 times 2 is 10 and 4 minus 10 plus 6 is 0 again. So x is equal to 2 is also a root of this equation. Let's check another value. X is equal to 1. So it becomes 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 6. So 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 6 is 1 minus 5 plus 6, which is not equal to 0. This is 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2, which is not equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 is not a root of this equation. So to summarize, a root is a value of the variable that satisfies the equation. What does it mean? That you substitute that value in the left hand side of the equation and see if it comes out to be 0 or not. Now the question is, how many roots does an equation have and how do we find them? Do we do hit and trial like I did for the previous question, or is there a standard method to find these roots? Now the first part, how many roots does an equation have? The number of roots in an equation is equal to the degree of the variable in that equation. Degree is the highest power of the variable in that equation. For those who do not know what degree is, it has been explained in the previous video, so please go and check them out. Let's take few examples. X minus 5 is equal to 0 is a linear equation. Here linear means the degree of x in this equation is 1. Degree means the highest power of x in this equation. So highest power of x in this equation is 1. So since the degree is 1, so it will have one root. Here the root is 5 because if you substitute 5 in place of x minus 5, it comes out to be 0. So 5 is a root of this equation. Let's take a few more examples with higher degrees. X squared minus x minus 10 is equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation. Here the powers of x are, in this term x squared, the power of x is 2. In this term the power of x is 1 and 10 is a constant. So here the power of x is 0. Out of these the maximum power is 2. So the degree in this equation is 2. So it will have 2 roots. How to calculate it? We will discuss that in the next video. Let's take one more example. X cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 21. It is a cubic equation. In the first term, the power of x is 3. In the second term, the power of x is 2. In the third, the power of x is 1. And the last term is a constant again. So the power of x is 0. Out of all of these 3, the maximum power is 3. So the degree of x in this equation is 3. So it will have 3 roots. Now how to find these roots? Sometimes you can try hit and trial. That means substituting some values of x, 1, minus 1, 2 and so on to see if it satisfies the equation. That means if the value is coming out to be 0 or not. The left hand side, if it is coming out to be 0 or not. If it is coming out to be 0, then that is a root. If it is not coming out to be 0, then that is not a root. Otherwise, there are also standard methods for solving these types of equations, for linear equations, for quadratic, for cubic equations. All of them have standard methods for finding their roots, and those we will discuss in the upcoming videos. Till then, I have a few simple problems for you. Find out if x is equal to 1 is a root of these equations. The first one is x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Second is x square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Third is a linear equation, that is x plus 1 is equal to 0. And fourth is x cubed minus x square plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Reply in the comments with yn, and let me know if you understood it. This is it for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.